Oh, do you like my Lacoste shorts? Oui, Frenchy. Welcome back everyone to another video, and today we're going to be reacting to every WWE return in 2021 so far. Now we all know a return in wrestling is like when you I have no idea. But pretty much it's like one of the most exciting things that could happen in the world of wrestling, in my humble opinion. So we're going to check out every single one that has happened this year so far. And since I haven't been following WWE really, I might have actually missed a few. But I'm thinking of some standout ones, the likes of I actually can't think of anyone. Is that bad? So this video is by Tap Out Corner that we're reacting to, so shout out to him. Thank you very much. Alright, let's go.
Seeing a wrestler return to WWE is almost always awesome. Whether it's a current member of the roster,
Jinder Mahal, what a guy.
or a legend coming back
Christian!
after being absent from WWE.
Why is he in AEW now though?
We've already done a video
Get out of here,
going
man!
over every WWE
Mark
return
Henry?
in
Oh,
2021,
Bill
but so
Goldberg.
many more wrestlers have made a comeback
The
since
Tesco
then,
version?
so we're doing it
or the
again.
Walmart version?
Here's every WWE wrestler who has returned in 2021
Shane
so
O'Mac.
far.
Oh, Carlino! That was class.
2021 also came on the first day of 2021.
Okay.
During the January 1st episode of SmackDown,
Here
Sonya
she
Deville
is,
was seen walking
suited and
backstage.
booted.
About 4 months
Damn!
ago at SummerSlam, Deville lost a loser leaves
Ready?
WWE
Running?
match
Oh!
to her tag team partner, Mandy
That's
Rose.
it. That's a wrap.
Since her return,
That's a rep.
Sonya Deville hasn't done a whole lot. As
She's
mainly
like
been acting as
backstage,
assistant
yeah.
to WWE official Adam Pearce. Sooner or later, though, I think we'll see Sonya back in the ring.
Yeah, I remember
Next.
obviously at SummerSlam, you know, she was meant to be leaving the company because that was the whole match type. I think in real life she was getting stalked or something quite serious, so, you know, she sorted that out legally, and that probably took like ages and whatnot. But obviously Mandy Rose beat her after their feud, so she left. But she came back, and then she got the suit on, looking very swift indeed. Swiftback Productions, and you know, she's been doing some things backstage, not much in the ring at all. But as he said there, I'm sure she will be back in the ring at some point soon.
We saw a whole bunch of returns when Raw
Whoa, he got
hosted
yeeted?
Night on January 4th.
Like a mother trucker.
The show began with Hulk Hogan picking up a phone
Hogan.
and saying his iconic line.
What you gonna do?
Later in the show, Drew McIntyre
So good.
backstage when the Hulkster and Jimmy Hart
Oh,
showed up.
Shamo.
Hogan declared his support for both men, but especially for McIntyre, even saying that the current WWE champion reminded him of himself. Sheamus got a little upset and walked away with Jimmy Hart behind him. Before the segment ended, Drew and Hogan looked at the camera and hulked up.
Oh yeah! Oh no!
The Hulkster made headlines again
indeed.
when it was announced that he and Titus O'Neil would be hosting WrestleMania
Did the speaker really go off? I've just started.
37. Another Hall of Famer,
Oh.
Ric Flair, also appeared on
Oh,
the show by
well,
accompanying his
yeah.
daughters to the ring.
This was
As you'd
weird.
expect, the WWE Hall of Famer did more than just cheer on Charlotte. During the match, Flair performed his iconic strut, and Lacey Evans decided to join
This
him.
is so
Charlotte
bizarre.
immediately
This
confronted
whole
Evans,
storyline.
which ended with the two women
Oh!
brawling on the mats.
Damn, that was a
Later,
good spear.
Lacey Evans got a bit flirty
Look, what
with the
is
Nature
this?
Boy, but Charlotte shut it down real quick.
Oh.
Shortly after that, Flair
Like, I
accidentally
know-
tripped his daughter, causing her to get rolled up and lose the match.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's kind of cool to see Ric Flair going against Charlotte Flair because you wouldn't expect that really. Although I think it's happened before, but Charlotte went against Rick. Now he's like the one being the heel. But then the fact that he's like having a thing with Lacey Evans is a little bit weird. But and I'm sure it's weird for Charlotte as well because that's like her dad in real life, and he's doing all this with Lacey. I don't know. It's a bit weird, but I'm sure it's all bants really.
The next week, Ric Flair made his intentions clear
Here he
and purposely
is.
interfered in Charlotte's match.
Oh.
The Nature Boy then aligned himself with Lacey
Absolute
Evans and started
disgrace.
accompanying her to the ring.
Who does he
The
think he
partnership
is?
lasted until Evans announced her
Some
real
sort of
pregnancy
legend?
on February 15th. The Southern Belle was then taken off TV, and Ric Flair likewise disappeared. Jumping back to Legends
So they
Night,
just disappeared.
IRS and
I think
Molly
Lacey
Holly
Evans is trying to
also
get
made their
pregnant.
return during the show. It ended up being
Molly
pretty
Holly?
brief when they got scared off by Randy Orton.
Look at the size of Randy
They weren't
Orton
the only
there,
ones to make quick appearances, though. Former Divas champion Melina appeared backstage
Ooh,
briefly
Melina?
with Lindsay Dorado
Oh,
and Grand Metalik.
damn!
She chatted with them a bit
Okay.
and joined the Luchadors with a lucha
I
chat.
see that. I didn't know she returned at all, actually. You see how I'm missing
It
a
must
few?
have worked, as the Lucha House Party was able to beat the Hurt Business later that night.
Oh wow, that's a big
Riddle
one,
met
man.
up with the Big Show backstage.
Oh, Big
and
Show,
suggested
here he
the
is.
world's largest
Also in
athlete
AEW
used
now.
the name The Big Bro in 2021. Once Riddle left, Randy Orton walked in and began berating the Giant. Orton claimed the Big
I've had
Show
some good
couldn't
matches,
compete
let me
anymore
tell you,
due
brother.
to what the Viper did to him in 2020. The Viper did his best to rally up
Oh.
Big Show, but the Giant remained calm.
Smack
Although,
him.
the world's largest athlete seemed upset by Randy Orton's words. Unbeknownst to us
Upset?
at
Man, he
the
needs to
time,
get
but this
tough,
would be Big
come
Show's
on.
final appearance in WWE.
Go for a
About a
swim.
month and a half later, the world's largest athlete would sign with AEW.
Man.
It'll be cool to see what he does, but it's unlikely we'll see Big Show back in WWE anytime soon. Legends Night got started with a
The
Miz
betrayal.
segment with John Morrison and The Miz. The Dirt Sheet duo did a few impressions of the WWE Legends until their guests came out, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston.
Okay.
Things eventually got heated between the
No
tag
returns
teams,
just yet,
so there was only
but-
one person who could sort it out.
Here we go.
The former SmackDown
Oh,
general
that
manager,
is
Teddy Long,
legendary.
came out and told
Teddy
Miz and
Long!
Morrison they were going to have a match.
And again, I actually missed this.
You will face The Undertaker! Yo!
What?
Adam Pearce reminded Teddy that the Dead Man was retired, so Long decided to have a tag team
Yo, that's
match between Miz
class.
and Morrison and the New Day instead.
That's actually also kind of good because if they like did this on purpose, because there's a meme that's been going around for years about him, which is like something like just for that post player tonight, you go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. So maybe that was, integrating the meme into real life there. So
Backstage,
I'm not
Angel
helping
Garza
him.
tried his moves on Alicia Fox,
Alicia
but she wasn't
Fox.
having it. Well, his first
I thought
attempt
she
didn't
completely
work.
left,
Garza
but now
tried
she's
again
back.
when he bumped into Mickey James, who was hanging out with Tatanka and Sergeant Slaughter.
Okay,
he showed
some
off his
legends there.
24/7 championship
Mickey James, of
and handed
course.
a rose to James. Slaughter wasn't in the mood and grabbed the flower and called Angel
God.
Garza a maggot.
Maggot.
To give Garza credit, the man refused to quit. Later on, the Mexican star approached another legend,
Mickey Krause.
Tori Wilson.
Oh, Tori Wilson.
The WWE Hall of Famer
Legendary
turned down
female
Angel Garza's
superstar right
rose,
here.
but told him that Cardi B was right
Angel's
down
still
the hall.
trying to get in.
Excited, Garza went to meet the rapper,
someone take the
but bumped
rose,
into
come
someone
on.
else.
Come on.
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you!
Unfortunately for Garza,
It's always
R-Truth
nice
was
seeing the
waiting
boogeyman.
outside
Oh,
and
look at
wheeled up
that.
the champion
From out of
and won
nowhere.
back the 24/7 championship. After all that, there's only one
Get
word
beamed.
that summed up this whole thing.
Oh, no way. Damn! There it is.
Partway through
The
the, show,
one man,
Ricochet
one
was
word,
backstage
one guy
talking with
geezer.
Mark Henry. The
Yeah,
world's
I'll
strongest
say.
man gave the young wrestler some
Why is
words
he
of
on that?
encouragement, but was then confronted by Randy Orton. Something I thought was pretty cool.
Why is he on a
Orton
flippin'
brought the
tricycle?
rivalry he had with Henry in 2011 and said that he owed Mark some receipts. The Viper allowed Mark
Oh.
Henry to walk away,
Nearly a
but now
decade-
without shouting
yeah,
at the
a decade
legend
later.
on his way out. In the main event, Keith Lee took on
I love
Drew
like Randy's trying to
McIntyre
rile
for
up
the
the
WWE
old
Championship.
legends.
During the Limitless One's entrance,
Keith Lee.
most of the legends we previously saw, as well as Booker T and Jeff Jarrett, appeared on the stage and cheered Keith Lee on. The legends stayed to watch the match, but unfortunately,
Loads
Keith
of them
Lee
here?
ultimately fell victim to the Claymore.
Oh, damn.
After getting the win,
Oh,
Drew
wow.
McIntyre was going to say some words, but just then,
Oh! So that'll be how
Goldberg's
their
music
feud
hit,
started
and the
for the
WWE Hall of
Rumble.
Famer walked into
Nice.
the ring.
Everyone
Goldberg
hates
accused
Goldberg,
Drew
though. When he
McIntyre
returns
of not
nowadays,
respecting the
everyone just
legends
boos
and
him.
challenged
No
the
one likes
champion to a match at the Royal
When he
Rumble.
returns,
Drew McIntyre responded by saying that
'cause of what he
fighting
did with the
Goldberg
Fiend and all,
would be
I
like
think,
fighting his dad.
ruined him.
Honestly, fighting you would be like fighting my own dad, mate.
Oh!
To which Goldberg
He's not
responded
coming back
by
from that.
shoving
Oh!
McIntyre down.
That was a good push.
The two went head-to-head at the Rumble, with Drew's
Yeah.
championship on the line.
Oh.
Even though it wasn't a lawn match, both
Oh.
men beat the crap out of each
Go
other.
on, Bill.
And it looked like it could
Go
have
on,
gone
William.
either way. In the end, McIntyre
He's
proved
doing all
that
right,
his
yeah?
finisher was superior by knocking the WWE Hall
Now
of
here
Famer
comes
out
Claymore.
with the
Boom.
Claymore.
Oh, right, nice. See you later, son.
1 week after Legends Night, we saw another huge return as Triple H kicked off the January 11th
Here he is,
episode
the
of Raw.
main man himself.
Before he could say much, the game was interrupted by
I wonder
Randy
when
Orton.
he'll be back in the ring.
The Viper demanded that Triple H allow him to enter the Royal Rumble last, or award him the WWE Championship, but the Cerebral Assassin refused.
Nah, that ain't
Things
happening,
started to
son.
get heated between
That's
the
not how it
former
works
Evolution
around here.
teammates, and Randy challenged Triple H
You should
to
know
a
that.
fight. The COO of WWE once again refused, but then Randy said this.
To you, or is it just that Stephanie isn't here tonight and you were unable to retrieve your balls from her purse?
Oh, he did it
Triple H responded
again!
with a
No
right fist,
way!
and the
Oh,
match was said. The two legends were going to face
yo,
off
do you
in the main
remember? I
event.
think it was 2019. They had a similar sort of segment where Randy Orton said that, and Triple H just started laughing, and so did Randy. It was just jokes. That time though, when he said it again, it's not fun and games this time. He took a smack, so Fair enough.
But they started brawling before the bell could be rung.
Oh.
Even though it wasn't an official match, the fight between Orton and Triple H was brutal, and even led to Randy Orton getting busted open. The battle escalated when the Game brought out his signature sledgehammer. Before he could use it, though, the lights started going black, and the hammer suddenly started on fire.
Yeah.
The Thunderdome then went completely black, and Triple H
Yes, I reacted to this.
Hopefully he'll reappear later this year. On the following episode of Raw, The Miz and John Morrison were preparing to interview Goldberg on the dirt sheet. The man who came out wasn't Goldberg, though.
So
instead, it was Gillberg.
Gillberg,
got in the ring, where Miz and Morrison had a few laughs at Goldberg and Gillberg's expenses. To compliment Gillberg, the Dirt Sheet duo also had a Drew McIntyre impersonator appear on the show. Gillberg had a stare down with the phony WWE champion and made a few funny faces until the segment ended. To celebrate Republic Day, WWE hosted a special event called the Superstar Spectacle. We saw a number of Indian WWE wrestlers make their debut at the event.
Okay, we're respectable.
Their return to WWE.
Some new faces.
Rinku and Sarva, collectively known as Indus Sher, last wrestled in June 2020. At Superstar Spectacle, the two Indian stars made their return to WWE.
Okay, so that is a return, yeah. They may not be that well known.
Their opponents were the Bollywood Boys.
Oh,
and
Jinder Mahal had to make an appearance, of course.
Jinder Mahal.
He's actually class. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Jinder Mahal is actually unreal.
Needing to undergo
very good wrestler.
Both teams put
He's had some questionable botches in the past, but still.
Sarva and McIntyre came out on top. Sadly, neither Indus Sher nor Jinder Mahal have been seen in WWE since the Superstar Spectacle.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is only temporary, and they'll all be
Jinder
back
Mahal's
in the ring soon.
barely in it nowadays.
On the
when he was the WWE champion, though, he was on top of the world.
Thunderous return to WWE.
Braun Strowman, yeah, I remember reacting to this as well. He's wiped out everyone.
Despite the impressive return,
like
the Giant won the Royal Rumble match, but was one of the last men to be eliminated. Since then, Strowman's been feuding with the next wrestler who returned, Shane McMahon.
Yes, sir.
Shane O'Mac, who we haven't seen.
This was a very good one because you know what? I remember in 2019, he was like at some show, either Raw or SmackDown, every single week without fail, and like me, and I'm sure a lot of other people just got sick of him. He was a heel. He was just... It wasn't great, but like, it's so nostalgic to look back to those times, and seeing Shane McMahon return after all this time now, I'm not gonna lie, I am very, very glad to see him, even though I wanted him gone. But I remember his feud with The Miz, like, oh, it was so good. But I just didn't really think it was that good, but then looking back, it just kind of was, and it's nostalgic. It's funny how that works, isn't it? You might be going through a time in your life where you're like, this is, and then a couple of years will pass, you'll look back and go, oh, the good old days.
Returned to WWE in February. He announced the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match and has continued to be an authority figure. Additionally, he's also begun a rivalry with the previously mentioned Braun Strowman. Strowman started getting upset at McMahon when he wasn't allowed to participate in the Elimination Chamber and when Shane cost him a tag team match. Adding fuel to the fire, Shane also started insulting and making fun of the Giant. While the two
this is when the billion angle comes in.
They have yet to fight.
That's what that was all about.
Oh,
the camera!
To weasel out of a match.
God damn.
Maybe we'll see Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon finally face off at WrestleMania.
And they did, right enough, literally a couple nights ago.
Rumble is where we see
at the time we were recording this. Oh, the skull crushing finale.
And 2021 was no different. The first return we saw was during the Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay, this is big because the Rumbles, you know, there's always returns. What a boss!
Bringing the glow back with her, Naomi kicked things off with Bayley and gave it everything she had. Naomi lasted for quite some time, over 47 minutes.
She's going off.
That's partially because she used her past Rumble experience and Bianca Belair's hair to stay alive. Ultimately, though, it was Shayna Baszler who would eliminate Naomi. A really surprising return came just a little later in the Women's Rumble. At number 8, Jillian Hall, someone who hasn't been in WWE in over 10 years, made a comeback. In signature fashion, Jillian had her headset on and sang as she walked towards the ring. Hall even formed a tag team with Billie Kay, and the two actually worked pretty well together and kicked some serious butt. Unfortunately, their alliance only lasted so long, as the two turned on each other.
It's over! The dream team! Oh, why'd you have to do it?
Shortly after Jillian Hall's surprise entrance, Victoria also made her comeback to WWE.
She has one of the best finishers I've ever seen.
But she was also great in the ring, as the Master of the Widow's Peak laid out just about everyone in the match. She did have a little hiccup when she fell through the ropes, but
Oh!
Victoria quickly recovered and continued putting up a good fight.
Okay, that's
Victoria
fine.
even hit her first
That
widow's
looked
peak in
nasty, though.
WWE in over 12 years.
Yes!
Unfortunately,
There it is!
Victoria's
Oh, it's
momentum
so
came to
good.
an end
Just
when
the
she
neck going.
eliminated Shayna Baszler. Things stayed steady
That's
for a
not done
bit
safely.
until we got another return at number
You're
17
gone.
when
Missy
Tori
cringed.
Wilson entered the match.
Here
Even though it's
she
been
is
nearly
once
20
again.
years since Tori debuted in WWE, the woman from Boise, Idaho proved that she could still go and went after anyone who was
Ooh,
still
yucka,
standing.
yucka, 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 yucka.
Unfortunately, like Victoria, Wilson would be eliminated at the
Arn.
hands of Shayna
Oof.
Baszler.
Aye,
The
she's
returns
gone.
just kept on coming.
Oh,
Shortly
yes.
after Tori
There's quite a
Wilson's
fair few in the
surprise
female
appearance,
Rumble,
Mickie
that's for
James
sure.
appeared from
Mickie
behind the stage.
James, there
Soon
she
after she
is.
got in the ring,
She-
James locked eyes with Charlotte Flair.
Oh.
Mickie put up a good
Okay.
fight, but Flair was able to get the upper hand. The WWE legend kept a pretty low profile for the rest of the match until she absorbed a women's right
Wow.
from Lacey Evans and
Oh,
fell
that's
to the
it.
outside.
You know what, as well, Mickie James, like, literally a couple of years ago, was full-time with the company, doing the business. But, you know, now she isn't there as much anymore. I'm not too sure what her actual status is. Like, is she pretty much done with WWE? And she'll come back for, like, special things like the Rumble or something? I don't know.
It did
I
end
don't
there,
know.
though. Alicia Fox joined her fellow legends in the
Here
Royal
she is
Rumble
once
as the
again.
21st entrant.
Okay,
Before she
she's
did
actually a
anything, though,
veteran, I would say, in
R-Truth ran
WWE,
in
but
with his
she-
24/7 championship in hand. Several other male
Oh,
wrestlers came chasing after
no way.
Truth, all
Yeah.
trying to win the title.
Oh, I remember seeing this.
Alicia
This is
Fox
so
capitalized on the
bizarre. Yes, she
situation
won it as
and
well.
ruled
Oh my
as the
god.
24/7 champion.
It's
and
her
won the
first
belt.
championship in
The celebration
WWE.
didn't last too long, as Mandy Rose
Actually, I think
entered
she
the
won the
match
Divas
and
Championship
quickly
back in the
eliminated
day.
Fox. If that
But I
wasn't
feel like
bad
she should have
enough,
been
R-Truth
treated
came
better
back
since she's
and
such
rolled
a
up Alicia to
veteran.
regain
She's
the
been there for like
24/7
well over a
championship.
decade.
Well, it hasn't been too long since we last saw her. It was
Okay,
still cool
okay.
to see Lana make her return to WWE.
I saw her match at
As she approached
WrestleMania.
the
She's
ring,
actually getting
Lana
kind
was
of
all
decent now as a
business
wrestler.
and immediately tried to eliminate
Kinda
Rhea
decent.
Ripley. The Ravishing Russian was pretty
Still more work to
aggressive,
do, I would
going
say.
after any woman she could. Even though Lana didn't win the match, she got her revenge
Oh,
on one
wow.
of the women who injured her when she eliminated
She's getting through
Nia
it.
Jax.
Oh, she actually did right enough.
Over on the
She
men's
got
Royal
it.
Rumble, the first
Fair
return
play.
wasn't a huge surprise since it was announced beforehand, but it was still awesome to see Edge back in WWE.
Yeah.
The Radar superstar was so
Before
excited
this, he wasn't
and
in a match
frustrated
since,
to be
like,
back,
what,
they
Backlash?
rushed out of the ring
Last
and
year?
attacked the number 2 entrant, Randy
Oh, the
Orton.
rivalry is
Edge beat the
straight
snot out
away
of Orton
back
as
on.
the two brawled all over the ringside
Like it
area.
never even
As more
left
participants
off.
began filling the ring, the match got back to normal. But
Oh,
Edge
look
continued
at
to
Hardy
target
go there.
Randy.
Jesus.
Once he was done with his old rival, the Canadian wrestler began focusing on the Royal Rumble.
Oh, the height.
While many tried, no one
Come
was
on,
able
dump
to
him.
eliminate
I
Edge.
don't-
In the closing moments of the
Ah!
match, Randy Orton came
No one can get him.
back and tried to pull
Oh!
a fast one, but even that wasn't enough. And Edge managed to eliminate
Yeah, that
the
was
Apex
so
Predator
cool.
and won the entire Royal Rumble. We'll see you at
Jeez.
WrestleMania, Edge. The next
And
return was
unfortunately, WrestleMania has happened, and Roman Reigns retained his bloody championship. So Edge did not get the win, unfortunately. But you know what? It is what it is, as I say.
probably my favorite. At number 8, Carlito made his long-awaited comeback to WWE. Even brought out an
Carlito!
apple.
Look how
But
how
as Shinsuke
jacked he
Nakamura
is
will tell
nowadays.
you, Carlito wasn't going to share. The wrestler from the Caribbean hit a
Oh,
total
God.
of 2 backstabbers.
Oh, the
This is
backstabber,
pretty cool.
what a move.
Carlito held his own
That's
for a
one of my
while,
favorites
but
right
was
there.
the 5th man
So
eliminated
cool.
when Elias threw him over the top rope,
Oh, he's
and that
gone.
wasn't cool.
Oh, I want to see him
also
back
appeared the
again.
next
Yeah, he
night
did
on
come
Raw,
here
where he
on
teamed
Raw,
up with Jeff
didn't
Hardy
he?
to take on Elias and
But
Jackson
aside from
Ryker.
that, I think that was his last
Monday night
appearance.
yielded much better results, as Carlito and Hardy used both their finishers to beat their opponents and pick up the win.
Fair dues, fair
At
dues.
number 18, Kane
wanna
not
see him
only
back
made his
though, like,
return,
full-time.
but
God,
also his
make it
18th
happen.
appearance in the Royal
Kid.
Rumble. The big
Still
Ravishing
making
status as a
returns
Rumble
to this
veteran
day.
was put to good use, as he
The
began
mayor of
chokeslamming
Knoxville.
everyone. Kane also managed to make 2 eliminations, and even
Okay.
had a brief reunion with former Team Hell No partner,
this is
Daniel
so
Bryan.
cool.
But that
Nearly
didn't
a
go too well for
decade ago.
Bryan.
Oh,
It was
he
finally
actually
Damian
didn't.
Priest
Oh, he
who
didn't
put an end to Kane's
betray him.
rampage
Why'd he
and
betray
got the
him,
Devil's
man?
favorite demon over the top rope.
That's big for David.
Kane wasn't
Priest.
the only masked wrestler to return.
Oh, right on the
Hurricane
edge.
also showed up.
Aye.
The superhero tried to multitask by chokeslamming 2 men at once, but I guess
Well, that
his
ain't
super
happening,
strength
son.
must not
Look at
have
the
been
size of them
working.
two.
Because of
You think
that,
you're bloody
Bobby Lashley
Superman?
and
Nah.
Big E briefly teamed up
There
and
he
threw
goes.
Hurricane
The
over
Hurricane.
the top rope.
Oh, yeah, no.
Some
Oh,
things
that
just never
landed though.
change. You know how I said Carlito is probably my favorite return? Well, I think I have another. Just Close Your Eyes started playing, and out came Captain Charisma. After the
Here
shock
it is.
settled in, Christian made his
Matt
way towards the
Riddle.
ring and helped eliminate
He's
Bobby
probably like,
Lashley.
oh my god, my
The
childhood.
former world champion embraced his former tag team partner Edge, and the two briefly reunited at the expense
Oh.
of Matt Riddle. Despite not wrestling since
To
2014,
be fair, Matt Riddle probably
Christian was
did
able to
grow
stay
up
in the
watching
match
Edge and
until the
Christian.
very
Now that he's
end.
in the ring with them,
Even
they're
though
just
he didn't win the
absolutely
Royal
dominating
Rumble,
them.
hopefully this isn't the last time we see Christian in the ring.
Well, he's with AEW now,
This
so
is
that's
the
fucking
last time
brilliant.
we'd see Christian in a ring. Well, a WWE one at least. About a month after making his return to WWE, Christian jumped ship over to AEW. Captain Charisma made his debut at the Revolution pay-per-view and signed a multi-year deal with the company. So,
That's
like with
brilliant.
Big Show, it's unlikely
That's
Christian will be back in WWE anytime soon.
Lovely.
While not as huge of a return as
So
Christian,
cool.
Seth Rollins' surprise appearance at number
Here he
29
is.
was still awesome.
The main
For
man
better or
himself,
for
the
worse,
Lord Jesus
the Monday Night
Rollins.
Messiah hasn't changed. Shortly after getting into the ring, Rollins began laying low on the outside. When an opportunity presented itself, Seth got
He
back in the
snuck back
ring
in.
and
Bang,
sneak
there
attacked
he
Daniel
goes.
Bryan
See you later,
and
D.
eliminated
Bryan.
him.
Oh,
It was looking like Rollins could
surprise
win the match.
attack.
However, the Messiah's luck eventually ran out,
Nah.
and he was eliminated by
he
Edge.
ain't winning this one.
Over on NXT,
This isn't
Cameron Grimes
2019.
made his return in February
Cameron Grimes,
after being
okay.
taken out by
NXT
Timothy
action,
Thatcher
okay,
in
let's go.
December. During his time away, Grimes got into video games
Nasty.
and decided to invest in GameStop. The investment paid off and turned Cameron into the richest person in NXT.
That's a weird
Since
gimmick, you
returning,
know, but
Cameron
I like
Grimes
it.
has been mainly flexing his wealth and taking a few pages
That's
out
kinda
of the
cool.
$1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase's playbook. Murphy had a
So
pretty
it's the
good
phone-
run
the
in
house phone's
2020.
ringing, so I was checking
He
if
in
someone was
storylines
ringing
with
my
Seth
phone in
Rollins
case it was an
and
emergency.
Mysterio, and was part of some big matches.
CBA going to the house
Things
phone.
came to an
They'll
end
ring
when
the
Murphy
mobile
turned on Rollins, and since
Oh,
then, we
bloody
haven't seen the former
Murphy.
disciple in WWE.
No
that
more
was until
disciples.
March of 2021,
Oh.
when the former cruiserweight, but the former Monday Night Messiah wasn't interested. Unfortunately, Murphy's luck didn't improve when he made his in-ring return. In his
Cesaro.
first match back, Murphy took on Cesaro,
Oh.
but all he got in exchange was a big swing around the ring. While we haven't seen the Fiend since he was set on fire by Randy Orton, his presence has still been felt, especially thanks to
This
Alexa
return,
Bliss.
though.
Bliss and Orton have continued to feud with one another, and they finally got to face off at Fastlane. The whole match seemed to be one big game to Alexa, as she kept using tricks to mess with the Viper. The biggest shocker, though, was when a hand
This was
appeared
so
under
mad.
the ring and grabbed Randy Orton.
Yep, here he is, the
From the
new
tear
look
in
and
the
all.
canvas rose a
Remember we
burnt
thought
and
this was,
dismembered
well, I
Fiend.
thought this was Bo
He
Dallas.
knocked out the
No, I
Apex
didn't think
Predator
it.
with
It was just a
Abigail,
rumor.
allowing Alexa Bliss to pin him. After his return at Fastlane, the Fiend confronted Orton again the next
Well,
night on Raw. The Legend Killer was prepared this time and even managed to hit the monster with an RKO.
It's running, come
With his
on!
natural abilities, the Fiend fought back. And
Oh
was
no!
the one
Oh my!
to the last.
Oh
Which return has been
my!
your favorite so far? Let us know in the comments. Also, hit up the video on the left to watch more Tap Out Corner content.
Alright,
Shout out
thank you
to
Tap
Skater
Out
Punch.
Corner for putting together this amazing video, but that is where it does end. And I did say there, which was your favourite return? So for me personally, I might actually go with maybe the Fiend's return because it was so insane and the new look and everything was just unreal. But then for like nostalgia and things, my favourite would probably be someone like Christian maybe. But anyways, that is it for now. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you drop a like on the video for me, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye. Actually, I forgot to do it proper in the next one, right? Ready? So I will see you in the next one. I think I pulled a muscle now. I'll see you soon.